Welcome to another episode of Sophisticated Ignorance. I am your host, Steven, and we are back in Dubway Studios. We got V behind the camera as usual for everybody that's on YouTube. And we got a special guest this week. We have Veronica, a.k.a. Brooklyn Petite.
Brooklyn Petite.
Yes.
World famous fashion blogger.
I don't know about world famous.
Come on. Don't humble flex around here, bro.
Yeah.
Talk
We on Wall Street. Talk your shit.
That shit.
I don't know about world famous, but we gonna get there.
You be doing numbers out here. You be doing numbers out here.
It's so strange too when I have people like come up to me like in the street and be like, "Oh my God."
See, I don't even get that.
I'm just like, girl, I'm in these raggedy ass clothes right now. This is not.
Here we go with the lies.
Is Balenciaga rags?
Here we go with the lies. All right.
Nah, I really be looking at my words though, but I love my followers. Like, we're family.
Oh, you got a name for the hive?
I don't.
You should develop a name for the hive.
I gotta develop a name. I really do.
Eventually somebody, the petite.
Definitely the petite. Hey, my petite.
Oh, nah.
You might have to trade that mark. You might need a trademark for that.
I might need that. You're right.
Yeah, just in case somebody get out of pocket, you can send the petites to handle shit for you.
Those petites.
Handle shit for
Petite, square up.
Petites assemble. So, like I mentioned, you are a fashion blogger. Yeah. So, what were your early fashion influences? I think you mentioned your mother.
My mom, yeah. My mom was definitely like a big inspiration to me, especially in the 90s, well, the 80s, because it's like my favorite era. And she was like in her teenage with her like big old hoops and her Reeboks and her Nikes, high-waisted pants. Like, I look at all those pictures and I'm like, damn, Ma, like.
You were fly, son.
Yeah, like, why you ain't keep this? Like, you know, keep it in the back of your head. Like, I might have a daughter. She might, want these things. She ain't even keep it. Like,
that's mad selfish.
Damn.
Think about your future generation. I want to be stuck like you.
I was so mad, but yeah, she was like my big inspiration, And you have like Rihanna. You have who else is that? I don't really look at like celebrities as far as style wise. I like a lot of like street style. Like I like to go like roam around the city and like find influence from regular people. I'm that person to be like, I would stop you and ask you where you got your stuff from, because I mean, why not? It's a good conversation to start. That's how you meet people.
Yeah, it's a good icebreaker. And I think especially for New York City, I don't know about like other cities, but because a lot of celebrities live in New York City, they're just like kind of regular to us.
Yeah.
So when you look at fashion inspirations, you usually kind of develop your own style in the city.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially, we have the boroughs are so different from one another, so you can automatically tell like, oh, he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
I work in Soho, and people just dress different out there. So I don't know where they're from.
But you know what my problem with Soho is that now. So I used to like I would, because I used to work in Soho, so I would always like see like the different type of fashion and stuff like that. But I feel like nowadays when you go to Soho, everybody kind of looks the same.
Oh, that's fashion these days.
Like everybody kind of looks the same. It is kind of boring to me. It's like, I see your Supreme, I see your little sock Balenciagas thing. Like I see it. Give me something else.
That's all they got.
What else you got?
Like can you do those same pieces differently? Like, come on. And it kind of bums me out because it's just like, y'all all look the same.
Well, this is why you set the standard.
It's like if you ever like pass by the Supreme line, you see everybody that looks the same.
Oh, they all get the same shit.
And it's just like.
And they all do the same shit.
Yeah, all look alike. That shit bothers me. Like, I hate it.
They're all like clones.
Yeah, I hate it. Like,
same fuckboy outfits.
And then you get mad when someone steps on your kicks. You got the same kicks.
Right. Like, y'all can switch it out. Like,
it's
come
definitely
on.
the Spider-Man meme. Pointing at each other like, bro, what are you doing? Come on.
Yo fit fire, bro. Nah, you're fit fire.
Wearing your trasher shirts.
Yeah, I fuck with that meme so much. So
when did you started to take fashion really serious?
So during high school, I was the girl with everybody was with their Jordans. I used to be a sneakerhead in middle school, but high school I wanted to develop a different style. I came in there once with fucking cowboy boots, and everybody's like, "What Brooklyn bitch is rolling up in here with cowboy boots?" But
it's different.
It's different, and it was just I was the girl. I was the standout girl. So it's I started developing this sense of style, and people was like, yo, start documenting and stop documenting. This is when Facebook was popping and Instagram didn't come about. then I would like post it on my Facebook, and then when Instagram came in, I was like, oh, maybe I can just use this platform and start posting my pictures there. But it was mainly in high school, and it was just all my friends like hyping me up, like, do it. Your style is different.
You fucking slay, sis.
The beginning of the petites.
The beginning of the petites. Yeah, so it started in high school, and then I didn't take it really serious until recently, like 2 years ago. I started taking it.
Really?
Yeah. Like at first I was just doing it just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I started seeing the money you can make off it, and I'm like,
Talk about them coins.
The coins usually
the
speak
hustle.
volumes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I can make money off of this shit. Sure, why not?
It's a job.
Sure, why not?
So then, how would you describe your sense of style?
I don't. It depends on my mood. Like, if I want to feel at my sexiest, I'm gonna wear tight clothes and show off the curves. But if I want to feel like happy and flowy, like I don't have a actual like kind of style. It's just I balance it out. It's whatever.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's kind of same sentiment. Is like based on how you feel. Like,
it's just all cause
I know niggas when you ain't got no haircut, it's like I'm throwing whatever on. I don't give no fucks.
Or especially like in New York winter, it's like yo, I do not like give me some Champion sweats and let's call it a day. Like
yeah, Nike Tech all year round.
Like just give me that and I'm set. Like wintertime is I don't really like go too hard because I just want to
That's
be
interesting because a lot of people say like if you know how to dress in the winter, like you're different. Like you separate yourself from everybody else.
I'm just trying to be warm. I'm not trying to be cute in negative 10-degree weather
Right.
though.
You
Like,
can't be stunting in,
like
I'm
not trying to. I'll stunt inside. I'm not stunting outside.
Like all them chicks in them fucking pleather H&M jackets and they be freezing their ass off.
Or that jacket.
Yes, wait, nah, I'm not about that life.
The pleather jacket with the
You gonna
pleather
see me
sleeves
with,
and the green.
yes,
the
I
green-
hate that jacket
Oh,
with a
that's
passion.
just the wave.
All the chicks in Flatbush got that fucking jacket.
Because this shit's like what, $25
That
in
shit is
H&M
hideous.
shit? It's like super cheap.
That's talking,
It goes back to
talking
what
about
you were
clones.
saying. It goes back to what you're saying about seeing other people with the same shit on. Like that would kill me if I had something
Right,
and I
but
see
then
somebody else on with it.
That's my question right there too. Like you're right. You see that piece that you hate. Now, if I was to take that piece, you'll think differently. You know what I mean? You'll think differently.
Well, it depends. I think it depends on how you like match it up, like style it up.
You
know
got
what I'm
it.
saying?
How they're wearing it with their jeans, their sneakers, and
Nah, I seen it way too many times.
Not basic.
I seen it way too many times. Like I can't. I don't give a fuck. Rihanna could show up in it. And I'm like, yo, Rihanna, you fucked
That's
up.
how I feel about those Zara bubble coats, the blue and the red and the orange or the yellow one.
I don't think I've
You
seen
know
that
which one I'm talking about? Oh, they're everywhere.
one. Maybe I haven't been paying attention.
Oh, they're everywhere. You're gonna start seeing it now that I mentioned it. Watch.
God.
You're gonna start seeing the yellows, the blues, and the reds.
I'm about to start randomly yelling boo at people.
Can we skip winter 18?
Why you're gonna start seeing it now?
Oh God. So then, okay. So you said about 2 years ago you started taking it seriously. Is that around the same time you started blogging, or you were blogging before that?
So I started my blog. Actually, I started in 2012. Like I did the website and everything. I was taking pictures with my phone. Like I had my mom take the pictures for me. Then like 2 years ago, I came across like a photographer, and I was like, okay, I need my pictures to look
Professional.
Popping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A1.
I think when I started, it was just the iPhone 4 at that time too. So
Whoa.
the picture,
Woo.
right? The picture
Nice.
quality, yes, right. Little tight. I like you ever like touched it like recently, and it's so like tiny.
Oh,
Like we really used to
where am I
use
touching
that.
the iPhone 4?
Like we really used to use them tiny ass phones for.
Yeah. I still miss my BlackBerry though.
Oh,
I
the
remember
BBM
my
days.
iPhone 3G.
Yeah, the white and the black.
That shit was a soldier boy. That shit was a soldier.
No matter how many times you dropped that shit, it was still good.
It was literally a brick.
Yeah.
Remember the
Nah.
razors? Those shits were indestructible.
Oh,
Apple
man.
need to bring that back. Apple definitely needs to bring that quality
Huh.
back.
Apple ain't doing
Apple
shit for us.
will definitely come out with a flip phone
Apple is
soon.
definitely a
And they're
fuckboy.
gonna say, "Oh, it's the new wave." Like,
Yeah, because everything back then is coming back, so I won't be surprised if they do a flip phone.
All of our parents will be happy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I still remember my mom giving me that phone call. Like they gave me a smartphone and she was pissed. because the phone she was using is no longer in production. I was like, you was gonna have to move on eventually. Like, let it go.
Too funny.
You can only
But
play Snake for too long. But anyway.
So yeah, going back to that, like I would take my pictures and like post it. But 2 years ago, I got the legit photographer, and ever since then, it was like the money started coming.
Have you worked with the same photographer, or have you worked with different ones?
I do. I work with different ones sometimes, but I'm like very particular about how I want my images, and I don't want to be that person to be like, no, you got to do it this. I don't want to tell someone how to do their job, because obviously that's their passion. They want that's
and
what
everybody
they
got
want
a different look and a different taste to.
But there are some photographers that I do work with outside from the one that I have, which I like that, because a lot of photographers reach out to me. Only problem is, just don't use that stupid ass word collab. Like, I hate that word.
Let's build and link. Let's link and build.
I hate that. Like, I hate when they go in my DM and be like, hey, can we collab? And I'm like,
collab. You're doing one thing, I'm doing another. How is this a collaboration?
thank you. And people don't understand that, and then you say that and they're like, oh, that's so rude. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't understand it. Like, what are we like? What's the collaboration? Like. Virgil and Nike, that's a collaboration. Okay, I don't get it.
How do we both benefit from that?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't understand that concept, but there was this one girl that reached out to me that she hit me up through DM too, but she said that I inspired her. She was afraid to hit me up last year because she thought that I would deny her, and she's been following me, and that I helped her build up that like courage to hit me up, and I was like, oh girl, we definitely gotta work. We definitely have to work together. We did it, and it came out pretty dope, and I'm gonna be working with her soon too. So.
Oh, that's nice. You wanna give her a shout out? Give her a plug?
No, I'm not gonna.
Not yet.
Nah, I don't know how she feels about it. I don't want to put her out there. That's why, because she's such a shy girl.
Oh, I got you.
So I want to I want to protect her little bubble.
You don't want the petites to go hard. Slow down. All right, I feel that.
So is the name Brooklyn Petite just self-explanatory?
Yeah. So when I first started my vlog, it was Amor Vero. And then I remember one time my hairstylist was like, why don't you just like create something that focuses on you? Like, because Amor Vero, it will always get messed up by people. They would say it wrong or whatever the case was. And it used to get frustrating. So she was like, figure out your niche. Like, and I'm like, well, I'm from Brooklyn.
Facts. With two Tims on.
Right?
Stop.
Like, I'm from Brooklyn and I'm short. So I'm like, all right, Brooklyn Petite, boom. I was like, trademarked it. That's my shit now.
Brooklyn Smalls was already taken.
Brooklyn Smalls.
Brooklyn Smalls was already taken. I couldn't do that one.
So then, when did you start realizing, like, all right, shit is starting to bubble. Like, I'm starting to get some real traffic.
I started realizing it maybe, I want to say, like, 2016, like, around November, around there. I started getting, like, my followers would, like, hit me up, and they would, like, be like, you know, I love the way you did this. You make me feel so beautiful. Like, I woke up today thinking, like, all right, what would she do? And I would get messages like that, and I'm like, damn, my shit is really, like,
You popping out here in the
like,
streets.
it's making a
It's
difference.
a
Like, because, you know, when you do shit, you're just like, are
You're just
people
doing
really...
it for the sake of it, yeah.
Yeah, like, are people really like, okay, what is this shorty gonna tell me? Like, what is she, like... And I had that in my mind all the time. Like, nobody's gonna listen to my little ass. Like, bitch, please. So it's like, and then when I hear that and I get those messages, it's like, all right, like, I'm really making a difference. So I fuck with it. I like it.
People really checking for you out here.
They are.
You're like the Beyonce of the fashion world.
Nah,
how does the glow up make you feel? Like, I mean, you go from one moment to like, yo, you just posted stuff for you, to like, you got a squad of people. Like, not
Yeah,
squad,
like, was it more gradual or was it like a overnight thing?
Nah, it was more gradual. Like, it wasn't overnight. Like, it definitely took its time. But like, I still, like, to this day, like, there'll be a bunch of girls now that would be like, that would tell me that message, like, you make curvy women look amazing. Like, I'm fitting into these jeans. Thank you for the tip. Like, I get messages like that, and it's like, I like that. Like, I really like that, because no one else is doing it. Honestly,
Talk your shit.
no one else is doing it. Like, when I first started, it was these thin, white Asian chicks in the influencer world, and I'm like, what are you influencing? What are you influencing?
Hot take.
Like, you're telling these girls, okay, get a spray tan. Okay, get Botox. Fuck, what is that?
Well,
No.
fashion in Asia is a completely different beast. Like the way
Yeah, it is
it's not
different.
even just about like dresses. It's about aesthetic. It's about the way they look. It's
Yeah.
about like makeup and all that stuff. So it's a
Yeah.
whole package with that. It's not
Facial
just about the
structure,
clothes,
it's like
you know what I'm saying?
everything, yeah.
And they have their own complexes about what beauty is. That's
It's
another topic. for
another-
another day.
yeah, it's like-
they got some shit they need to hash
Yeah,
out.
like, word, like, they go through so much. I'm like, you're going through 20 steps to feel beautiful? Like, just wake up and be beautiful.
Or be me.
Right?
Wake up and
Like-
be me. Is that
Like, it's that easy. Like, why do you need to go through all these steps? And it was around that time, it was really hard, like, when I first started, too, because I didn't have that, like, person there
Mhm.
that can motivate me and make me feel that way. So I pretty much had to do it myself.
So do you feel as though, like, with you crafting, like, these outfits on a daily basis, is that, like, empowering for you as well as empowering
Yeah,
other people?
for sure, because there'll be days where I'm not up for it. Like, I just be having, like, some shitty days. Like, I just wake up and it's just like, oh, I gotta do this again. Like, but I put on an outfit and I'm like, okay, no, this is good. I feel this. And sometimes the outfits, like, help me. They boost that up, that, like little bit of energy that I need. And it's like, okay, cool, got it. This
Now you can
outfit's
start your
lit.
day.
Now I can start my day. Fuck that weird energy that I had. I'm good now.
Fuck the MTA.
Word.
But like,
Right.
how does it work? Like, walk us through. Alright, boom. So scenario.
I boom.
You wake up. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it's a Saturday. You're about to go out and get shit done, but you want to look cute.
Your Jay-Z alarm goes off. You look over,
You know
your
what's
Tim's is
funny?
in the
I really
corner.
have- no, my song is 99 Problems.
Of course.
My alarm.
Respectfully.
I was gonna say computers, Bobby Shmurda, but
Nah.
That's on holidays, I guess.
that's on Fridays where you really want to fuck shit up.
Word.
You need an anthem for the day.
Word.
But like, how do you walk yourself through like an outfit? Like, you wake up, da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get started? Like, you pick up one piece, you just look at it, feel it. Are you feeling it? Not.
So I pretty much just like sit on my bed and like stare at my closet.
That's why they're always late. That's why they're always late. It makes sense now.
5 hours later.
You know you were supposed to be in at 9, right?
Yeah, I took a long lunch. You never came at all.
So yeah, like I'll just sit and I'll just like stare at my closet and I'm like, alright, what piece have I not worn already, or if I did wear it, how can I wear it differently? But first things first, shoes. I gotta start with my shoes first.
Oh.
Gotta start with the shoes and then work my way up.
Start from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I imagine your closet is insane in 2 ways. A lot of dope shit and just shit all over the place.
All over the place. It's so bad. Like
I think every dude has witnessed a woman trying to decide what shoes she's gonna wear. And then she finds out which pair it is.
and then pause it.
Then puts up fit together. Then it's like, nope, this ain't gonna work.
I
Has to
so many
find another
times,
pair
yeah.
of shoes, and this nigga's like, all right, so I'm gonna have to call and book another reservation
Right.
because we're not making the first one.
Definitely
No, I
going
really
through
do
4
be
rounds
having
of that.
days like that. Or there'll be days where, okay, this is crazy. Don't judge me. There'll be days where I'm just
Don't
like,
do it off the mic.
where I'm like, damn, no, this lipstick is not gonna go with this outfit, and I have to change my
So
outfit.
the whole outfit away.
so that my
Burn the
lipstick-
house down. I gotta start my life all over. Fuck all of this.
And
His
it
lips
be-
are popping. It's
There'll be
over.
days, and my friends is like, come on, Vero, like, seriously, like, change the lipstick. And I'm like, nah, I got my mind set on
You
this
don't
one.
understand.
Like, yeah, thank you.
If you don't
understand.
respect me and my choices, you don't really love me.
Yeah, that ass, but yeah.
If you want to be a petite, you gotta go hard with this shit.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't fucking question me, alright? I run shit around
You know
here.
my struggles, eh?
I'm the captain. Oh, baby.
So then what are like the misconceptions of a blogger? Because I feel like there's like a stigma with bloggers, like they fucking mad extra, they feel mad entitled and shit like that. Like, so what do you feel are the misconceptions for bloggers in general, and maybe some misconceptions about you as a blogger?
I think like the issue now is like they get tired of seeing like I guess the sponsor posts, but it's like
Yeah. Hashtag ad.
yeah, hashtag ad and shit like that, which I don't do it as often. I do it here and then. I don't like it if I have to see it like back to back on like someone's feed. It's like, okay, just show us the like who are you? Like
now you
don't get you're doing too much ads. But I feel like still like, especially in the time right now of like the whole woman empowerment stuff like that, like you can't preach I want women to win, but then you have influencers like me who are getting paid on sponsored posts, but then you talk shit about it. It's like, no, keep that same energy. Like, if you want women to win, like my damn sponsored post then, because bitch, I gotta get paid. Like at the end of the day, and I think,
and that's why you're not a petite.
There you go.
You know, and it's like, or there'll be like, oh, everything is your favorite. Well, at the end of the day, yeah,
What?
everything, because you know how bloggers when they talk about certain items, like this is my favorite, where I get the word can be used a lot, but I'm not putting products on my face
that you would
I wouldn't
that you don't
use
fuck
on
with.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm testing these things out, and obviously I'm gonna give you my exact opinion on it because it worked for me. Hopefully it can work for you. So what if that piece is my favorite and I'm gonna have a whole bunch? You mean to tell me?
And you'll keep clicking the link.
Right,
Keep buying
right.
Get
like,
these coins. So stop complaining.
Come on, like how many pairs of favorite shoes do you have that you use the word favorite? You know what I mean? Like,
True.
Come on. And I feel like that's the whole like issue with the whole blogging community. Everybody wants to be doing sponsor posts or whatever, and I'm like, and that check is gonna get signed.
Ooh, talk that
So
shit.
like,
Talk that
you know
shit.
what I mean? Like,
Did it get hot in here?
because I had an argument, not an argument, but it was like a back and forth situation. It was like a back and forth situation of like the girls like, you know, I don't follow bloggers, and I'm like, but I'm a blogger. You're following me. Oh, but you're different. How am I different? We all trying to get we all trying to get paid. Like, oh, it's too much sponsor posts. And I'm like, okay, but are you mad that you're not getting it?
Probably.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what.
She didn't meet the petite cut.
And you know, and it got her. She got so offensive.
She got hurt.
They always do.
You definitely hurt her feelings.
And I'm like, sis, all you have to do if you want to get the sponsor post, reach out to companies, start doing some, you know, take product pictures. Like, I don't know, do whatever it is.
Yeah, usually the people that complain is the ones that
are
really
not
doing
getting
the work.
like.
Yeah,
they just think like, oh, it's just easy. Everybody's doing it, and shit happens overnight.
And they think
like,
and they think that I'm saying yes to everything. I'm not. There's companies where I hit a big fat no on, like, no, that's not what I, you know. Yeah, that's not my brand. I'm not doing it. So it's like the ones that I say yes is because I like what they're, you know, showing. I like their brand. It works with what I'm doing. So.
Speaking of brands, so I mean, I personally, I've followed a lot of like fashion bloggers in the past and stuff like that. I've kind of been in that realm. So for you, like, who are some of your like, I guess, fashion blogger influencers or like people that you follow that you're like, yo, she's dope, she's tight?
In the blogging community, I don't.
If it ain't petite, it ain't it.
I mean, because again, it's like I don't have like the kind where there is one. Actually, there is one. She's from the UK. I forgot her at name, actually. I gotta look it up. She's plus size, amazing. Like, homegirl posted a freaking whole bucket of fried chicken on her bed on some "This is my Friday night," and I was like, yes.
Round of applause.
Right?
Round of fucking applause.
Like, yeah, and that's real. That's real.
Not only do you want chicken,
but you in the comfort of your home, on your bed, with your bucket of KFC chicken. Dude.
Could have been Popeyes, but we're not gonna judge.
Could have been.
That's a whole different episode.
I haven't been to the UK, so I don't know how
like,
accessible Popeyes is. So she gets a pass.
Probably KFC is more popular.
But she even like she wrote a book and everything. Like her ad name is Grace F. Victory. So she's from the UK and she's a beautiful queen. Like she's amazing, so beautiful. And we followed each other and we had like this whole conversation and stuff like that. And she was just saying that like there's not a lot of us out there that show off the struggle of plus size. And I'm gonna show it. I don't care. Like life is about balance. I'm gonna sip my water and eat my chicken. And I was like, same.
Balance of life.
I think I'm gonna have some water and chicken right
now. I literally need chicken.
I definitely need some chicken.
Chicken brings everyone together. It's a peace divider.
Or we should just elect Chicken as president, and everything would go fine moving forward. So, do you feel like you get? So it sounds like you get more support from like your followers as opposed to fellow bloggers in the blogging community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do have some of the bloggers that we came together, like Amanda from The Heels Up. We started this around the same time in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I just went to her whole 6-year celebration that she did, and we also talk about it. Farrah Pink, who I love dearly, she's amazing. She just started her own business. So we're like these micro influencers right now, and we all like hold each other down, and you know we check in on each other, like. You know, like, one thing I remember speaking with Farrah, she was like, every sponsor post I see of you, I'm going to be like, yes, I'm checking it out. I'm doing this because she knows how it is because she does it as well. So we're always, like, looking out for each other when it comes to, like, those type of posts.
That's great that you mentioned that, because the next point I wanted to get into is, like, how does it feel being a woman in the industry? Because we've heard from the outside looking in, like, how, although he's not the person to quote right now, but we've heard Kanye and his issues with the fashion world and things of that nature. So I can only imagine what it means for a woman in the industry as well.
It's hard as a woman. It is so hard because they look at you and it's just like they assume you don't know nothing. Like you have no knowledge of it. And it's even harder when I'm Latina, I'm Puerto Rican, like
and you're plus size as well, so
it's like I got 3 issues right there. I'm a woman, I'm plus size, and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Spanish, and I'm from the hood. So, and you know, I have those situations where they're like, "Oh, you're a hood rat" or whatever, and I'm
really?
Like, yeah, I had so many situations. I remember I just came back from Mexico celebrating my mom's birthday, and I posted, you know, my bikini pics, and this person went and reached out to all the companies that I worked with, and under their comments they're like, how can you have such a hood rat work that curves?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Must have been a barb. Must have been.
So it's like I have situations like that with those trolls, but it's hard regardless. Like, you have these male bloggers that it's super easy for them. Like, especially with companies like Nike or like Puma and stuff like that. It's like they get it like that because they have the numbers. Whereas for me,
you have the numbers, but you're still not getting the recognition from the bigger brands.
Yeah, and it's like, why the hell not? Like, what does he have that I don't? Like, we're doing the same thing, taking pictures of shit. Like, what does he have that I don't? And that would be like, I've hit up Nike so many times, like, to work with them because I like their whole woman thing that they have going on. But it's like, cool. I got over it. I'm like, you know what? The time is going to come when they do reach out to me, and that rate is going to be higher than what I would have gave them back then.
Talk your shit.
And then you say no.
Right? And then,
fuck y'all niggas. Y'all not petite.
Like, and I'm like, so I'll keep that there. That'll be there. Like, and then when the time comes, I will show them, like, you know how many times I done hit Shara?
CVS.
Right. You know, like,
CVS.
Like, y'all didn't give me the time of day, but now y'all do. Here's my rates. You know? So.
It kind of goes with the whole, like, the LeVar Ball situation, the criticism he got for, you know, not having his sons sign with Nike or Adidas or whoever. And it's like, yo, we got to fucking invest in ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we feel like if you're making this, if you're only paying us this amount, then clearly we're worth way more than that.
Exactly.
So I think it's smart business by you not, you know, even if they was to, like, let's say tomorrow they send you an offer, it's like, nope. You should have hit me up when I really cared.
Word. And then you have those points where it's just like, in the as a woman in the blogging community, it's like, I want to influence people, but then you also have women who want to, like, hate on each other, and it's like, we can't move forward if we're gonna keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do that.
Yeah, I've heard plenty of stories of, like, this whole trend of, like, this woman empowerment thing. They'll be having events and whatnot, hosting all these women, and you go to these events, and they're not talking to who else is on the panel. They're not talking to who's in the
Everybody's
audience.
mad, ice cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's
it's
like in their little cliques.
They
Like,
they on their phone, not paying nobody no mind. It's
which
like
is funny you mentioned that because I actually stopped going to events. Like I go to certain events that I think that I want to be a part of. But I used to go to events all the time, and I would see that, and I'm just like, I'm in high school again. Like, we really doing this?
Yeah, like my ex used to be a part of the fashion realm or whatever, and you know, I would see like when I go to like fashion week events and stuff like that. Like you kind of see like that cliquey notion of like,
everybody in their little pockets,
being in their pockets, being on their own, just kind of like being in the world and stuff like that. But yeah, online they're like, oh yeah, we all together. It's about the fashion realm and we all got to be in it. But then in real life they're just like, nah, sis.
Yeah, or they're on their phone, or they're just like like the whole point of events. Network, meet
network.
people. You don't know who you might meet there that can take you to that other level. And it's like, I will be there in the events like, hi, or I'll introduce myself. Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm Brooklyn Petite. And nothing.
Okay.
After that.
Okay, what am I supposed to do?
Thanks for coming.
Right? Like, nothing after that. Like,
I
would try to build these conversations with them, and I wasn't getting, like, that kind of same response. Like, I'm like, cool.
All right, copy.
Right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and sip
Mental
this drink.
Noted.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and sip this drink. Enjoy your day.
I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Walk
away. Oh shit.
So then, okay, so what are your goals then for you and your own personal brand? Obviously, you're not gonna be the one that moves in that sort of facet, so I'm going to assume you probably have ideas of stuff like that there is going to be more unity at your events.
Well, for starters, like, I wanted to do the whole blogging thing full time, but I'm just like, no, I cannot. I can't do it full time.
What does full time look
like? Like, quitting, like, my job and everything like that and just doing it every day for the rest. I can't.
For the rest of your life.
I can't. Like, there's no way. So, I mean, I used to have that plan out, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work on a line. I want to work on a line that focuses on women of curves. Women that are like 5'3" and under. Like, where we have, because the most common struggle that we have, we can't find the right pair of denims. We can't find the right pair of pants because it doesn't fit well. So one of my big, like, main goals is to create a line that focuses on that.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah, because I have a lot of female friends that kind of fit that same mold, and they always talk about, it sucks shopping. Like,
it does.
Usually the best bet is to shop online, and then when it comes in, it's like it's really a 50-50 shot at whether it's going to fit or not. Or it may fit on one part of the body, it don't fit at the waist.
Or it's too big, like, and it's the worst. Like, one of the things that I always do, when I do, and I tell other women, shop in the men's section, especially if you have big thighs, like me, men's pants always works for me.
That's why my shit always end up missing. Makes sense.
So, should I be shopping in the women's section?
You would be surprised at what you would find in the women's section. Okay.
If you come up in here looking like Young Thug.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm very comfortable with my body.
This show is fucking over, bro.
I'm very comfortable.
You're fired. That's it. No more podcasts.
So you say I can't pull off a Fashion Nova look?
No nigga Nova for you. You're fucking casual, bro.
Yo, can I just say, like, I was loving those moments with the whole, like, nigga Nova. And,
there needs to be equal representation.
Twitter just don't.
Twitter is the best. Twitter is the best place in the world.
I was gonna ask this question later to you, but like now that we brought it up, but like, what do you think of like those type of like brands where it's kind of like in the sense of fashion, like those type of brands are kind of reigning supreme because they're affordable and everybody's on some shit with it. Like, do you consider that type of brand or those type of lines of like fashion, or is it just kind of like hot for the moment?
It's mediocre.
Hot take.
And then for a lot of people who don't know, most of that shit is originally from China or Japan.
Yeah.
They buy it surplus and then they sell it at a fucking
Steve,
3 to 5 point markup.
You know if they
Damn.
you know if that's what they're gonna come for your ass. You better slow down.
That's fine.
Shit, where the gunshots,
We did this interview.
bro.
I got the petites behind me. I'm safe.
I got the fuck.
We got ya. We
I got
got
the
ya.
squad.
We go.
Gang, gang.
Fashion Nova's alive.
But yeah,
Nah,
like
I
I
can't.
caught on to that shit early, like, cause I've partnered with like a couple friends that had their own brand, so I know how that shit works. Like they buy that shit surplus, the fucking pennies on the dollar, and they just do 3 or 5 point markup.
Like, and this is like, it's no shade to the women that I do know that work with companies like Fashion Nova and stuff like that, but it's just like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't do it. You're basically giving me pretty girl stuff. You know, pretty girl.
I'm very familiar.
Basically.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And even though the clothes is free, come on, I don't want to put it in my washer and then I get nothing back.
This shit shrinks.
It doesn't
now
shrink.
you have to give it to your dog.
It falls apart. That was just thread.
And it's like there's so many girls are Nova babes. And
Oh, that's the term for them?
yeah,
I wasn't
it's
even
Nova
aware.
Babes. Yeah, it's Nova babes, and I'm just like, well, I don't need to be part of
I'm
that.
here for the petite versus
Versus
Nova
Nova
babies.
Babies battle.
So I don't want to be another Nova babe. Like,
Yeah,
and they
Nova
reached
too.
out to me. Fashion Nova definitely reached out to me.
How many times?
And they hit me with that bullshit free products. I'm like, y'all got Cardi B.
Yeah, they definitely cutting the check.
So you not about to slide in my DMs on some only free products. Nah.
Yeah, they definitely cut a check.
Miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah, definitely missed me with that bullshit. And it was a big fat no. I'm like, sorry, no.
You said no to Fashion Nova. That's brave, sis.
To Fashion
Brave.
Nova and Fashion Nova Curve, because both of them hit me up.
Hear
That's
that
a
shit?
no.
Y'all on notice.
That's a no for me.
Your time is up, bro.
Grab that strap.
And it's a lot of them. You have Fashion Nova, you have Pretty Little Things, you have Lola Shatique, whatever. It's just like, you guys are all producing the same shit.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Hot
Yeah.
take. All right. Well, I'll be clearing my Fashion Nova men cart from this day forward.
I'm
Worth it.
definitely cutting off the tags on my name over shit. You ain't gonna put me on the spot. I'm
Better
proud of
not.
my shit.
It's like back in the days if you had like the 50 cent. What was it? A 50 cent.
Oh, the
soda?
G Unit sneakers that
No,
look
no,
like
no.
No,
The
the
sodas,
shirts.
those bad sodas that if you walked around, people
oh
like
the
smack-
Tropical Fantasy
Yeah, they
Bum
would
Dums.
smack it out of your hand. If you ever
Good old
walked in
days,
here with
good old
them
days.
Fashion Nova, man, I swear to God, I'm
You
burning
ain't gonna
this
find
shit.
out. You ain't gonna find out.
You're never gonna know.
I'm gonna pull it off so luxuriously. Like, yo, you ain't gonna find out. But you kind of got into this a little bit with like women empowerment and how there's a lot of people that fake the whole women empowerment thing. But I think from even a bigger scheme is like, even anybody in whatever industry, you've had the shut up and dribble stuff. But I feel like people that specialize in what they specialize in, I think the general public, or not even the general public, but there's a large amount of people that be like, okay, if you do fashion, I don't want to hear you talk about fucking social issues or other shit. So how do you feel about, because I'm sure, because I think you posted something on Instagram the other day and you made like a joke about something, about an outfit that you wasn't going to wear. I vaguely remember. And then you had to like kind of apologize after because people is going to take it the wrong way.
Oh my God! All right, so
Talk
it was
about
this.
Because I know on here, we don't give a fuck what we say about
Oh
anybody.
my God.
We want all the smoke.
Like, okay, I'm so happy you brought that up because that shit really blew mine. So I posted a jumpsuit that it was super. It's like sick. It's like a unisex jumpsuit. And I wanted to get it, but I wanted to get other people's opinion on it. So I put like the whole poll, yay, nay stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was nay, but mainly because people wouldn't know how to style it. So they would hit no. Because they're looking at it as, well, would I wear that? Shit like that. So they hit nay. But as a joke, like I reposted and I was like, okay, for the ones who said nay, y'all gonna be in my comments thinking differently. Why one girl and I...
And whenever it
When it
says
starts
why,
why,
whenever it
baby.
starts why.
Why shorty came in my DM, she was like, okay, so...
Oh, she gave it a DM.
Yeah, she was like, so
course.
don't ask for people's opinion. And I was like, I'm entitled to feel a way about it. She was like, okay, but... She goes, all right, so next time I won't partake in your poll. And I'm like...
Thank you.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, is she upset about it? Like,
I'm upset.
Like, and I'm like, I was like, okay. And I told her, I was like, take a chill pill, relax. Mm-hmm. It's not that serious.
Oh, you was professional about it. Damn.
And she was like, you know what really pissed her off? Because she said it was a dress, so I had to correct her. And I'm like, it's a jumpsuit. She got him, man. She was like, okay, I'm not going to go. Yeah, she was like, I'm not going to go back and forth with you because I actually like you.
As she goes back and forth.
Thank you, but you still read.
It's like a
that's like when it's like no disrespect, but they proceed to disrespect you.
No, like she didn't want to go back and forth, but yeah, you writing me paragraphs, and I'm like,
So why is you here?
I'm like, are you okay? Like, enjoy your Sunday, babe. Like, relax, keep that same energy. Like, we're good.
Enjoy your Sunday.
We're good. Like, I'm good on this side. So I had to repost it to make it clear. Like, listen, it was a joke, guys. What I meant was, and it's sad that the world is
that's the world,
fucking
that's the
sensitive.
world we live in. Yeah, you can't even just get your shit off.
Well, I think your first mistake was asking people's opinions.
Right.
Period. No, let me stop.
Fuck all of them.
No, I mean, the thing is with that is like, people are going to have, especially when it comes to fashion, it's extremely subjective. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's going to have their take on, what's hot, what's not, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you as a fashion blogger, you have to know like what's good for you, because once again, people might not know how to rock a certain thing or like style it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, people might say no now, but once you probably pull it out for the gram,
it's different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Right, where did you get it? I need to buy it.
Oh shit, sis! Flame emoji, flame emoji, flame emoji.
She just snatched my wig.
That's really a thing now. Like, everyone's saying that. Snatched my edges, snatched my wig.
I don't get it. I've never seen anybody's.
No?
I've seen wigs snatched. It's crazy.
You live in Brooklyn. Like, what?
Wow.
You know where
There's
I
a lot
stay
of
at.
wig snatch.
It's mad. I'm not expecting that from all the hipsters in Bed-Stuy.
That's true.
I think people's
That's so
Trader
true.
Joe's back there getting snatched.
That eyes. There we go. See?
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Now, if you did it with some kale, then you fucking shit up. You styling this kale off. Yeah, but it's crazy like how people have to fucking like censor themselves about a lot of shit. And it was just a harmless joke. It wasn't like you was taking shots at anybody.
And it's like, yo, you really can't joke. That's why we lost. Not lost, but that's why Dave Chappelle, like, he can't even do comedy anymore because
I don't even listen to them motherfuckers when they do that shit. When they start complaining about Dave's jokes. It's like, you don't have to watch it.
Thank you.
And plus, he had the same energy forever.
Right.
Like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you're surprised about.
You know what I'm saying? Just take
and then the shit is done tastefully. Like, it's not done, to disrespect anybody.
I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
just like,
true.
everything's not gonna be for everybody.
There'll be times where I'm talking about, like, back to, like, the question you said, that there'll be times where I'll be talking about, like, the political stuff or, the black on black crimes or stuff like that. And I will post it. But there are people in my DMs that tell me, stick to fashion, says, like...
That's like the whole LeBron shit, where he was...
talking about political issues.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah,
shut up and dribble, yeah. And
but he's fucking out here opening schools and shit.
Thank you.
I don't even know why she would say that, because on the court, he would break her ankles.
Thank you.
You really want to go one-on-one? This is what you want, sis?
But there'll be people that will come in my DMs and they'll tell me stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. But I'm gonna talk my shit.
I'm mad you're professional about it.
And this is my look, it's my Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post what I want.
I'm super I'm very I don't. Well, there's couples.
Well, yeah, you gotta protect your brand and
not even protect. Fuck that. Not even protect my brand, but it's just like I need to. Because I'm gonna keep it real regardless.
Where's Casanova when you need him?
Like
everybody getting shot. Boo 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 boo.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real regardless. Like I tell companies all the time, like, if you can't let me be me, then we cannot work together, because I'm gonna keep it real, and I don't like to do that nasty response back and forth kind of thing. I'm just
nasty. But you gotta show the Brooklyn in them,
No, there are times where I do. Like, I'll be like, eat dick, or I'll be like,
that's a good one.
Eat dick to anyone in the DM is crazy.
It's hilarious. That's a necessity.
I had this one girl that was like from Italy that said that she didn't like my ass, and I'm like, well,
what?
why are you looking at my ass if you don't like it? Like, keep it pushing.
Suck my dick, God bless.
Wow. And she responded.
Oh,
She's
and,
like, if you're posting the picture, I don't have to. I can have an opinion on it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Yeah, you can have it.
I was like, listen, what you need to do is get a better shade for your fucking foundation, and then come talk to me. So I have those moments where I do, but most of the time, just like I'm gonna keep my mental state, and I'm gonna just hit you with the I'm good love
petty
enjoy.
as fuck.
I'm super petty.
I'm about to rechange my shit to Brooklyn Petite. Let niggas know.
The petties versus the petites. The joint forces.
Gang. Well, thankfully, minus like the one episode we had Tabria Majors on and we got flack for that, nobody's come crazy and said anything wild about us. So I don't think they want problems because I definitely got the time. I definitely got the time. So, well, we kind of transitioned to this earlier, well, just now, but like when I initially hit you up, I had told you what I really wanted to discuss, and you had like sent me a fucking blurb of like, nah, I got some shit to get off my chest. I was like, okay, do I even need to be here?
Because there's just like sometimes where I want to get everything off my chest on IG, but I'm like, nah, let me pull back because they're gonna think I'm crazy or some shit. Like I take things too personal. Like it's too personal. Like with the whole like another hashtag with like innocent,
people getting killed.
Not black people getting killed. Like it's so personal to me because it keeps happening and nothing is changing. Like nothing, and it's so like we gotta do another fucking hashtag offer a someone who like was alive, and it's so upsetting.
But now the catch-22 of it all is like, let's say that's something that really affects you, and then you have those people on some just stick to fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like there could be this huge global event happening. You know what I'm saying? And then you posting like OOTD. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's like,
it
makes it seem like she's mad attached.
Yeah, like that's what fucking Kim Kardashian stayed doing. Some wild shit would happen, and then it's like, another ass picture. I'm like, fam.
It's like, fam.
You could have held that. You could have held that.
Niggas in Flint don't have water.
Right.
You could have held that one, sis. Like,
Time
we're
and
good.
place.
I'm good, love. Don't enjoy. Don't enjoy. I hope you actually have a bad day. I really hope you have a bad day.
Yo, you really are petty.
There was a bunch of stuff that you wanted to get off your chest. So we already touched on, women and being hypocrites in the industry and, black on black crime and how that affects you. We've touched on women empowerment and how it's not really empowerment. It's really hate.
Depowerment.
So you said you wanted to discuss also mental health, which has become like a big topic I've seen in like the past
so happy that
few months, almost to a year.
I mean, it's important, man.
It's so important because I know from like in the Spanish community, like with me, it wasn't a thing. Like if you had depression or whatever, it was like you need medication, you need medication, you need medication. It wasn't a topic where you can like sit and talk about it.
You weren't allowed to be in your feelings like the song.
No, like you were definitely not. Like they would look at you and be like, the first thing is you're crazy. Like what's going on?
First you're crazy, then drink some tea.
Right, like
have some ginger ale.
And there were moments like in my life where I had no one to talk to about these things. I just had to like write them down or like express them in many different ways. But like I love the fact that it is now a big deal. Like women and men can talk about it. I'm not having a good day today. Here's why. And I love that. Like today, I woke up today like feeling like shit. Like I was not up for it. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna force myself out of bed. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put some red lipstick on, and we're gonna call it a day.
You appreciate it.
And it's you have days like that where you just have to force yourself up and enjoy the rest of your day, or at least try, because to stay in bed and pondering all those thoughts, your mind is such.
It's so strong and so fragile at the same time.
It could definitely work against you.
Like really work against you. And I have my days where it's just like I'm high on energy or I'm low, and it's like
But for you, like, what role does fashion play in that? Like, do you feel like, all right, you could have a bad day, but then you pull a look together, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good day.
That's a big role for me right there. Like, for today, I'm like, damn, what am I gonna wear? Like, I don't feel like wearing shit. I'm like, you know what? I know what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna bring these pants out, make it a thing, and so far so good. I'm having a good time with you guys here, so it's like,
Yep.
Definitely
focusing on the look on camera. Look at that. She got the
you know
docs.
what I'm saying?
She
Like,
pulled out the docs with the look.
I mean, it could have been Tim's, but we're not gonna think it.
It's not Tim. It's not Tim's season.
Docs are a
What?
respectable boot.
What?
Not yet, man. You gotta.
Every season is Tim's season.
What are you? We're definitely editing that part.
She's from Brooklyn again? Are you sure?
Nah, I'm definitely gonna put out the Tim's out soon though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The season's
I'm itching.
coming.
Yeah, I'm over. It's been mad, humid, and hot this whole week. I'm like, yo, I'm ready for this leather jacket. Like, I'm ready to pull out the
oh my
Tim's,
god,
couple hoodies.
Couple hoodies.
Man, I'm ready.
it's the worst. Like, you really cannot be cute when your face is like dripping.
Melting, yes.
Yeah.
I can attest.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean too. I
Can't
sweat
be cute
so
in this
much.
90-degree humidity. You
No,
nuts?
hell no.
Nah.
It's not about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the girls that be putting on a whole entire
A whole face.
Whew.
Clay face.
Like, I'm about that no foundation day all day, every day.
Same. Yeah, no, bro, same. I'm not
I could relate.
You think I'm putting on
We're here.
You think I'm putting on concealer in this heat? You wildin', bro. You must be out your mind.
You're gonna take whatever face I give you.
Word. I ain't pay all that 50 for this nonsense. You wildin'.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, I think mental health, I like seeing mental health be on the forefront, is especially coming from like people in a higher position, because I think there's a misconception that, oh, you got money, like you should be good now. It's like, nah,
No.
we're all humans. We all come from crazy situations. Like, just because the money come doesn't mean things change.
Right.
It may change financially, but there's other aspects that we got to deal with as well.
OD.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's
America
that
is
concept.
really trash if we really want to talk about it.
Right.
So we're
Super
all
trash.
having to deal with. That's why anybody, like, I've had conversations with people like, I don't watch the Trayvon Martin doc. I don't watch the Khalif Brado one because I don't want to see my people in that light.
And that
just
exactly.
stuff like that is demoralizing. It's depressing.
It
and
is
just seeing the
depressing.
shit on the news or seeing shit in social media is like, that shit affects you.
Yeah, I take it so personal because I just feel like we're all brothers and sisters. Like, we all have the same fucking color blood. Like, we are all, we should be together, like, as one. And that's why, like, even with that whole junior kid, like, that shit really broke me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember seeing those videos and just, like, crying because it's like, damn.
There's a bunch of humans, but no humanity.
None. Yeah. Like, you'll have like those celebrities that pass away from suicide, and you'll get a lot of like R.I.P. 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 But then you have
They don't value the people that are living in
Nieema, who fucking her name was Nieema, who had her like her neck like.
Oh yeah, the chick the train station, they got her neck slashed by that.
Yeah, like crazy.
Oh, I didn't hear about this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that definitely was. Yeah, that was a big.
Yeah, because of all that shit, like, I'm very particular on what the kind of content I take in. Like, I'm very particular on who I follow on social media. I don't watch the news because it's just how could you be happy with all this chaos happening around you?
God.
And then you are just a regular person, like,
you already have your shit to deal with.
Yeah, I already got my
And then
own
you have
personal
the outside shit.
Yeah, and then it's like any of the things can happen to you. Like, I remember when a few years ago that trend of like they was just pushing people in the fucking train station onto the train tracks. Like, ever since then, I'm always hypersensitive around when I'm underground in the train because you never know when some shit could go down. It's like
niggas gonna pull up a moped or a couch. I mean, these things are crazy. You don't know what's gonna happen.
No, seriously. And I also take it personal too because I've had situations of my own, even working in the retail world, where I had this one lady that told my manager, I don't want that spick helping me.
Wow.
Wow, people are really still using that term?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
and
shit.
I mean, it really hurt, but I didn't let her see that. Obviously, that's when my Brooklyn side came out.
You pulled out the Timbs.
So after you stomped her face on the curb, what happened next? No, stop. That's a joke.
Like my manager.
After you pulled the razor blade out of underneath your tongue.
After I told her what I had to tell her.
What you had to say?
My manager had to escort her out.
What's really good with you, my nigga?
You take it outside.
Or I'll have, I had a couple managers that would be like, your hair is too much, you need to put it up. And I'm like, no.
That's crazy. That's pretty wild.
We really need to start building Wakanda. Like, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Where's the Kickstarter?
LeBron James, where you at?
Word.
Wherever LeBron's at, I'm going.
Lakers assemble.
Word, I'm a Laker now. I'm a Laker now. What else we got? I'm on Twitter, but I'm not as active. So you wanted to talk about the fucking I Still Beat Twitter episode. I didn't get the gist of it.
What is this? Hold on, this is new.
Alright, so Twitter had like this whole thing, like women like tweeting about how if they had sex with a guy and they want to talk their shit, that they can talk it. But then you have the guys who respond back, but he still beat though. And they would come back with the, oh, but so what? And no, sweetheart, baby girl. We need to sit. We need to sit. We need to talk.
This recently happened with Mrs. Minaj and Meek Mill.
Ooh.
In a I didn't listen to the album because.
Yeah, it's Barbie Dreams.
Yeah, Barbie Dreams. She called out how Meek
was in her DM still. Listen,
sitting on. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, that song is fire.
They said he still beat though.
Thank you. Yes. You see what I mean? So it's like, all right, his sex was whack, but you still let him beat though. So it's like.
So who really takes the L?
Right. So and I love
that
Twitter.
L was sexually transmitted.
Twitter is daily news to me. Twitter is my New York Post. Like
my New York Post.
That ass. Like I go on Twitter, I find everything out. The jokes are always on point, and that was one of them. And I had tweeted it. I'm like, I don't understand why women don't get it. He still beat, and these girls was like, oh, how can you be on their side? And I'm like, sis, because he still beat. Like,
you answered your own question.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, he still beat. Like, maybe you need to reevaluate your life.
Probably you have to change the narrative. Probably it should be she still beat. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah. Next topic. It's just different from the, I don't want to get into biology, but the insertion is like,
Let's do it for another episode.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Just enjoy your day.
Unless, that's his cup of tea, then.
Yeah. If he got pegged. Well, if he got pegged, then the tables have officially turned.
She definitely
more ways than one.
What else we got here? Celebrity. You said celebrities should follow LeBron.
Oh, for sure.
And I agree.
For sure.
I saw something that somebody had posted, and it's crazy how like people will fucking. Because I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church or whatever. But a lot of people go to church, donate their money. It's like, okay, LeBron just fucking built a school. For all those people that have been going to church for years, giving that money to all them pastors, where has all that money gone?
On vacation. They took that and ran with it.
Definitely got a yacht.
Yup. They definitely just put like a new installation in their house or something. Like, they definitely hooking their own crib up with all that money. But I feel like celebrities do need to do that. Like, that's
a lot of them do not invest.
That's making a difference.
I mean, you have the celebrities that do stuff like LeBron, like actually invest back into the communities, and then have the ones that donate and to causes and stuff. So it depends. Like LeBron's obviously more out with it. You never know the celebrities that might be doing stuff on the low that just don't get that recognition.
Right.
So it really depends.
Because Chance the Rapper is another good one. He's doing a lot for Chicago.
More than Mr. West.
More than Mr. West.
That dude is canceled.
Hot take.
Mr. West is focused on Calabasas now.
No, he's focused on masturbating to his sister-in-law.
I thought he was more focused on all of that and Wyoming.
Weird individual.
Well,
I digress.
You gotta watch that Jimmy Kimmel interview.
I've
seen. Yeah, the clip I seen. That's all I needed.
Fool.
Right.
He's been a fool for quite some time.
And on that note.
Well, I asked you to ask some of your, your large following to, ask you some questions. So, real quick, we'll get your answers for them. Yeah. So, one asked, how do you come up with your outfit ideas?
I like to write them down. Like, whenever it pops into my head, I have to write it down because I have the worst memories.
Nice.
Like, the worst memory ever. So if I don't write it down, I'm fucked. Like,
this whole operation is done.
So I like to write them down, and then I reflect back on it.
Okay. Do you sketch it out, or it's just you got it word by
Nobody got time to be sketching.
I don't know.
You write it, and that's it.
There's some people that they be sketching shit out and putting.
It's called the notes app, Steve. That's what all the ideas.
Right? All the ideas go in the notes.
So what do you do on the days that you don't feel pretty?
Put on red lipstick and call it a day.
Until you have to change the red lipstick and hold up everybody else.
Shut up.
You said it yourself.
I'm just spilling the facts.
That's true. Nah, red lipstick. If you don't feel pretty, throw some music on, put some red lipstick, dance around, feel pretty.
I suggest Computers by Bobby Shmurda or Cardi. Cardi should seal the deal.
Like, it's a good one.
This is true. Okay. What advice do you give to women who want to start blogging?
Do it. Start it. What's holding you back?
Word.
Sit on wherever it is, coffee shop, get your laptop, create that website, start.
Okay.
All right.
I was expecting a little more. You know, like.
No, because there's, like, if you're holding
you really
yourself
just gotta
back,
just do it.
You just have to do it.
Like Nike. Oh, I see what you did there. That's a plug. That's a jab.
I am weak.
We just want 5%. That's all we ask for. We just want 5% of whatever you make it.
Gotcha.
If they want to throw some J's, I'll take some J's.
That'll cover all the costs. 5% alone.
I'm a cheapo.
Hashtag I am a cheapo.
Hashtag cheapo goals.
Do you think the influencer community is overrated?
I'm on the fence on that one, honestly, because yes, it is, but then again, so what? Maybe whatever I'm not influencing, someone else can. You know, maybe I'm missing something and that person has it. So, I mean, it is getting crazy, especially the curly hair community.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
Are they taking your shine? Is that what's happening?
They can take it all they want.
I'm good luck.
I'm not gonna sit there and act like I really care about my hair on days where I'm just like, that's it.
We're gonna bun, call it a day.
Call it a day.
Is it hard being a curvy woman in an industry that only caters to thin women?
It sure is. It sure is. Especially when I have brands that want to reach out to me and send me clothes, but they don't have my size. Like, yeah, you might have missed
I'm
your
gonna need
mark
you to
with
create
this
a
one.
whole department for me now.
Or they would just come and they'll hit me up and they'll be like, "Oh, we love your brand. We feel like you would be a good fit for us, but you don't carry my size, sis. Like, what's going on?"
Damn, homie.
And then lastly, do you consider yourself Afro-Latina?
For sure. I definitely have some black in my roots. I went to Puerto Rico actually last year to know more about the culture of my culture, and yeah, I mean, my aunt and my uncle are freaking your skin color, and my uncle's your skin color, so it's like I am Afro-Latina. We come from that background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's
a lot of people would not agree with you, and that's sad.
No, because they'll see my skin color and be like, "You're light skin."
You Latina. What you talking
right.
about?
No, I'm
Afro
Afro-Latina, and you're gonna deal with it, whether you like it or not.
Stop.
You take these Tims in your face. So I just want to thank you for coming through. This is your first podcast that you've ever done.
Dope.
So anybody else that reaches out that wants you on the show, they gonna have to pay now. They have to cut a check. Cut a check. Yeah, because we set the standard over here. So again, I want to thank you for coming through. Tell them what website that they could check or everything at for me.
Check me out on Instagram, Brooklyn Petite.
Slide in the DMs or not.
Don't slide in my DMs with that collaboration word because
I want to collab.
Block you.
Can we collab? Can we link and build? Can we connect? Can we follow for follow?
And just check out my website, BrooklynPetite.com, if you in the mood to dress up a little.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Again, I want to thank you again for coming through. We got to wrap this up really quick because there's a session right after us. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Anybody that's listening on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all the streaming services.
Show some love.
Yeah, show some love there. For everybody that's on YouTube, make sure you do subscribe. We really, really need that. And
click that like button.
Word. And yeah, we'll speak to y'all next week.
Bye.
Later.
We are out here. Fuck y'all talking about? Sophisticated ignorance. Are y'all fucking crazy?
That's a fact. Talk
Are y'all
that shit.
Yo, y'all getting me tight. Like, I be out here trying to be humble. Let's not get fucking crazy. Sophisticated ignorance. All right?